Good morning, all. We'll wait 2 minutes for others to join and then we'll start. Sorry, I mean good evening. Good evening, all. I hope you can see the screen. So, those of you all which were yesterday or which were in yesterday's class, those of you all know yesterday where we stopped at? We stopped at questions, right? We completed AP we completed AP and we stopped at questions, correct? So yeah, let's move on to the questions here. What we can do in this. So let's see what type of questions we get in AP. Again, let me tell you my main aim in this is basically to give you an overview of how sequence and series comes. So what we'll do is we'll first proceed the questions in order. Like first we'll take NCRT and then we'll move on to the JEE question. So this will be the format for all of our chapters. Got it? Welcome all again. Let's see. So should we see the first question? Is my voice and all the things audible? You can give me a thumbs up if it's fine, voice and all. Okay, superb. Very good. Chalo. Got it. Let's start with the next question here. So this question says that find the sum of all natural numbers lying between 100 and 1000. I hope you remember what is the formula of AP. So let's start. So what we can do here is what are the numbers between 100 and 1000 which are multiples of 5? So let's say we have first will be 105, then 110, then 115, and then it'll go up to 995, right? We cannot take 1000 because they have said कि we have multiples of 5 between, मतलब 100 और 1000 के बीच में होने चाहिए. So here, what is the first term? This is the first term. And what is the common difference? Common difference is 5. Correct? So we have to find the sum of all natural numbers. So if we try to find sum of all natural numbers, we have to use the formula. But for the formula, if you remember, what was Sn? Sn was n by 2 into first term plus last term. This is the other formula we use, that is the first term plus last term. So for that, what is the first term? 105 plus. What is the last term? It is 995. Now, if you can see, we still require n. Now, what does n denote? N denotes the number of terms. So for that, let us say this is the nth term. So this is Tn. So I can write Tn. Let's mark this equation number 1. I can write Tn equals to A plus n minus 1 into d. What is the value of Tn? It is 995 is equals to A is 105 plus n minus 1 into 5. Correct? So if I rearrange, I'll get n minus 1 into 5 is equals to 995 minus 105. So what did I get here? 0, 9, 8. So I'll get 890. So that means my n minus 1 will be equal to by 5. So if we divide by 5, what I'll get? 5 ones are 5, 39, right? So 5 sevens are 35 and 5 8s are 40. So that means my n is equals to 179. Is it clear till here? Now let's substitute n in equation number 1. If we substitute n in equation number 1, what I'll get Sn is equals to 179 upon 2. Let's add these two. If I add these two, I think I'll get 1100. Correct? So I can easily cancel it out with 2. So I'll get 179 into 550. Now, as I told you yesterday, calculation part तुम लोग को करना पड़ेगा. This simple multiplication you can do on your own, I think. So we'll not go dive deep into the calculation. If someone has a pen and paper, you can exactly obviously calculate this and you can write it in the chat box. Now, is it clear till here? Is this question clear? If it is clear, give me a thumbs up, guys. Then we'll move on to the next question. All good till here? Super, super. Only two of them are giving, Ganesh and Acha. Very good. Okay, okay. Chalo. Let's move on to the next question. This. So yeah, we are following the format. If you remember that, I'll give you 1 or 2 minutes to read the question. And those of you all are new, before starting every question, I'll give you some time. Regularly, I'll give 1 minute to just read the question and to map out what kind of solution or what procedure can we here. And I hope you can give me some hints or you can help me in solving the question. So here again, the questions are on AP. So in an AP, the first term is 2. The sum of first 5 terms is 1/4 of the next 5 terms. Now, I hope your English is very good, because in word problem types, they try to, play with language. So many a times you will see that question thoda confusing because of the language. So let me make this simple for you. What they are saying is, the first term of an AP is 2. So let's say I have the first term as 2. Let's see all the other terms I'll write in the order. So I can write second term as A2, A3, A4. Then I can write A5, A6, A7, and A8. So what are they trying to say is the sum of first 5 terms. So I guess these are the first 5 terms, right? And let me write A9 and A10. So these are the sum of the first 5 terms is equals to the sum of the next 5 terms. So these are the next 5 terms. So if I want to write the sum of the first 5 terms, I'll write S5. Now, this will be equals to 2 plus A2 को मैं क्या लिख सकता हूँ? A plus D, if you remember. AP में क्या होता है? First term is A plus D, A plus 2D, A plus 3D, A plus 4D, A plus 5D, 6D, 7D, 8D, 9. Correct? So similarly, third term को I can write plus A plus 2D. Fourth term को I can write A plus 3D. And lastly, fifth term को I can write A plus 4D. So what is the sum? A कितनी बार है? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll get 2 plus 4A plus D कितनी बार है? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So plus 10D. This is the sum of first 5 terms. Now the sum of the next 5 terms. What are the next 5 terms? These are A6, A7, A8, A9 and A10. So let me calculate some of the next 5 terms. Let that be denoted by S5 dash. So A6 को क्या लिख सकता हूं मैं? A plus 5D plus A7 को A plus 6D plus A plus 7D, A plus 8D, and lastly A plus 9D. Correct? So if I try to add all A's, I'll get 5A plus. What is this? 9, 17 plus 24, 30, 35D I'll get. Correct? This is S5 dash. Now what are they trying to say, guys, is key the sum of the first 5 terms, that is S5, is equals to 1/4 the sum of the next 5 terms, right? So from here, I can get 2 plus 4a plus 10d is equals to 1/4 into 5a plus 35d. Let's cross multiply. So I'll get 8 plus 16a. Let me write it plus 40d is equals to 5a plus 35d. So I'll get 11a plus 45 minus 40 minus 35. 5d plus 8 is equals to 0. So now I have to show that the 20th term. So what is my 20th term, guys? It is T20. Right? T20 will be A plus 19 into D. So what is A? A is 2 plus. Acha, okay, 1 second. I think we missed something here. Yeah. We can substitute the value of A, right? A ka value we can substitute, na? A is the first term. This will be 11 into, what is the first term? It is 2. So 11 into 2 plus 5d plus 8 is equals to 0. That means 5d will be equals to 22 plus 8, 30. So minus 30. That means d will be equals to minus 6. Sorry, minus. So let me write the 20th term. So T20 will be A plus 19D. A plus n minus 1 into D. What is A? A is 2 plus 19 into minus 6. I hope you remember what is 19 into minus 6. 19 6 है. मुझे तो नहीं आता है टेबल्स, तुम लोगों को आना चाहिए. 4 5 and I guess 94. Correct ना? Sorry, 104 it will be. 114. Thank you, Rashmi. 114. So that will be equals to minus 112. Hence proved that was he was asking. Correct? So I hope you are giving answers. That means you understood this. Superb. So let's move on to the next question. This one. What is the question says? If the sum of a certain number of terms of an AP is 116. Now we don't know how many terms are there, correct? So what we can do is we can write the sum as Sn. Let there be n terms, right? So if there are n terms, I can write Sn is equals to 116. Now let's see the AP. This is the AP. So we can easily get A is basically 25. What is D? D is minus 3. So let us use the formula of Sn. Sn is n by 2 into 2A plus n minus 1 into D, which is equals to 116. Yeah, I'm sorry guys, I forgot. We have to wait 1 minute, or I have to wait 1 minute to give you time. Next sum I will do. Okay. So here you can see, क्या लिख सकते हैं हम लोग इसको? Yeah, we can, I think, cross multiply कर सकते हैं 2 को. So I'll get n into 50 minus 3n plus 3 is equals to 116 into 2. So I'll get 232. So that means, ये correct किया ना, minus 3n plus 3 है. So this means 50 plus 3, 53. So n into 53 minus 3n is equals to 232. So 53n minus 3n square is equals to 232. Now, this is the work of yours to give me the factors. Minus plus 232 is equals to 0. So, this is the equation 3n square minus 53n plus 232 is equals to 0. Can you guys give me the factors? कैलकुलेशन में तो आई थिंक यू कैन हेल्प राइट because I am very weak in calculation. So let's see what are the factors that you can give me. Uh, did you get the factors, guys? Twenty-nine and 24. Superb. Yeah, correct. So this will be 3n square. Thank you. Minus 29n minus 24n plus 232 is equals to 0. We cannot take anything common except n. So I'll get 3n minus 29 minus here. I think 3. Oh, what can we take common from here? 4 को ले सकते हैं क्या? Yeah, I think we'll take 4 common. Like 8 को ले सकते हैं. So I'll take 8 common. I'll get 3n minus 8 2s are 9s are. Yeah, is equal to 0. That means I got 3n minus 29 into n minus 8 equals to 0. So यहाँ से मुझे n की कितनी वैल्यूज मिली? 2. First value is 29 by 3 and second value is 8. Now please remember कि what is the meaning of n? n का मतलब क्या होता है? n is the number of terms. Now everything in an AP is if n is a number of terms, then n cannot be a fraction. How can the number of terms be 29 by 3? N has to be an whole number. So my n is equals to 8. We have to find the last term. So total number of terms are 8. That means the last term will be T8. And what will be T8? It will be A plus 7D. We already know A. What was A? 25. So 25 plus 7 into minus 3. So I guess the answer is 4. So T8 will be equals to 4. This is my answer. I hope you got it. Clear till here, guys? Give me a thumbs up if all good till here. Super. Chalo. Very good. Thank you all. Let's move to the next question. Now we are moving towards, we are increasing the level of questions. So this is the next question. For this, let me tell you one thing. First, I'll let you read the question. Aram se you can read it. Got it? क्या question है? Sum of n terms is given and find the common difference. Now, here, let me tell you one thing. We can simplify the Sn ka formula into an expression or an quadratic expression in terms of n. We can simplify the Sn ka formula into an quadratic expression in terms of n. Let's see how we can do it. So Sn is basically n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So if I multiply n by 2, I'll get an plus n by 2 into nd minus d. Correct? So basically I get an plus n square d by 2 minus nd by 2. Let us group these two terms of n and I can take n common. So if I take n common, guys, I'll get a minus d by 2. Correct na? Yeah. Plus d by 2 into n square. So this Sn ka formula is very useful when we are given questions like this. So if you can see this and this highlighted one, let me use the black pen here. So if you can see this and this, we can easily compare the coefficients of n. Sn वो लोग ने क्या दिया है? They have given Sn as Pn plus Qn square. हम लोग को Sn क्या मिला? ये रहा. So if you can remember, I would suggest you कि हाँ, you should remember this formula of Sn in terms of n and n square, or if you do not remember, it's just a 5 to 7 seconds derivation ka kaam. You can derive it on the spot. So let us compare. If we compare, guys, I'll get P is equals to A minus D by 2 and Q is equals to D by 2. Now, let me tell you one very interesting thing about mathematics. I don't know if you have observed it or not, but first thing, we cannot ever leave an answer in terms of variables which we have assumed. Let me repeat myself. We cannot leave the answers in terms of variables we have assumed. जैसे कि कोई सम में हम लोग लेते हैं ना, लेट दिस बी इक्वल्स टू दिस. सो हम लोग ने जो वेरिएबल अज्यूम किया है, वी कैन नॉट लीव आंसर इन दोस वेरिएबल टर्म्स. सेकेंड चीज, वी कैन ओनली लीव द आंसर इन टर्म्स ऑफ गिवन और इन टर्म्स ऑफ वेरिएबल्स गिवन. सो व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से इज, यहाँ पे फॉर Sn दे हैव नॉट गिवन मी A and D. They have not given me A and D. That means I assume ki let the first term be A and let the common difference be D. So that means I cannot give the answer in terms of A and D. That means I have to give an answer without A and D. Second cheese, they have given me the variables P and Q. So that means I have to leave the answer in terms of P and Q. So you can write this in this cloud in your words. What I said, two things: we cannot ever leave the answer in variables we assume. The second thing is we can leave the answer in variables they have given. So here basically I'm trying to say I need to eliminate A and D because that I have assumed or I have introduced for simplification in solving. So here I can write it as D is equals to 2 cube and I can substitute D here. So I'll get, okay, wait, we don't need, find the common difference it is given. Yeah, so D equals to 2Q is a common difference, right? I can give answer D equals to 2Q. Why? Because D equals to 2Q मैं Q लिख सकता हूँ because Q is given. Here I cannot leave the answer as D is equals to A minus P into 2. मैं ये आंसर नहीं दे सकता वो लोग को. Why? Because this is in terms of A and A is a variable I have assumed. I hope it is clear. Clear, guys? So D equals to 2Q is my answer. Okay, super. Very good. Chalo. I am happy to see many of you all are responding today as unlike yesterday. Thank you all. Now I am feeling very interesting. Like the lecture has become very interesting while teaching. Okay, super. Let's see the next question. Yeah. This now we have JEE level questions. All the upcoming questions, which 3-4 questions are there. All those are like good questions. So if you try to read and I'll give you 1 minute, you can map out the procedure. Let's see. I'm giving you time to read and understand the question. Done? Should I start? Yeah, 1 second. Okay. So what the question is says it's sum of n terms of two arithmetic progression. That means I have two APs. Correct? Let's say AP1 and AP2. And sum of n terms of two arithmetic progressions are in the ratio this. So let's say first is Sn and second is Sn dash. Sn is the first AP, Sn dash is the second AP. So for Sn, it will be n by 2 into 2a1. Why A1? Because both are different APs. Both of them will have their first term different. So 2A1 plus n minus 1 into D1. I am writing n same क्योंकि दोनों में कितने हैं? Both of them have n terms. So S n dash will be equals to n by 2 into 2A2 plus n minus 1 into D2. So here I can cancel this out, and this ratio is given as 5n plus 4 upon 9n plus 6. That means I can write it as, let me take 2 common from here. I'll take 2 common from numerator and denominator, so it will get cancelled. So I'll get A1 plus n minus 1 by 2 into D1 upon A2 plus n minus 1 by 2 into D2 is equals to, they have given this is 5n plus 4 upon 9n plus 6. Now, I hope you remember the basics of mathematics. I think I have not said in your class, right? So let me tell you one simple thing. Basically, in mathematics or in algebra, in mathematics mainly, if in a sum we have unknowns, so the number of unknowns will be equal to number of equations we require to find that unknown. I'm trying to say is, if I get a linear equation, x plus y equals to 2, I cannot say solve this linear equation. खाली मैं ऐसे नहीं बोल सकता, go solve this equation. Now you cannot solve because here there are two variables. That means you require two equations to solve. So that means I can give you x plus y equals to 2 and x minus y equals to 4. I can give you these two equations and I can say, yeah, go solve them. You can easily solve it. Why? Because we have two variables and two equations. But I cannot solve this because we have two variables, one equation. So for solving an equation, always the number of variables will be equal to number of equations. Then only we can solve. In AP, mainly we are looking for the first term, that is A, and the common difference. Because as you see, all the formulas of AP, जो भी है अपने पास, the nth term Tn or Sn, those all formulas are based on A and D. So if I have A first term and the common difference, I can find anything of any AP. Got it? So always in a sum, what my main aim should be? Main aim should be to get A and D starting. And to get A and D, I'll require minimum two equations. Why? Because A and D are two variables. And I have to have two equations to solve to get A and D, as we saw here. Got it? So let's see here. Here, as you can see, we have three variables. What are those many variables actually? A1, N, D1, A2, D2. Five variables we have, five variables. A1, A2, D1, D2, and N. And what they are saying is find the ratio of their 18th term. That means they want us to find T18 upon T18 dash. That is A1 plus 17 D1 upon A2 plus 17 D2. Now, as you can see in the question, no more information is provided. That means we will not get more equations to solve. That means ऐसे टाइम पे क्या करना है अपने को? ऐसे टाइम पे we have to use some logic. Because mathematically these equations cannot be solved because they have more variables. Let's see. क्या कर सकते हैं हम लोग? See, you can compare this. I'll tell you one. You can use yellow, yeah. Compare this. If we try to compare this, you can easily see कि n minus 1 upon 2 is equals to अगर 17 हो गया, if n minus 1 upon 2 is 17, so what I'll get is, A1 plus 17 D1 upon A2 plus 17 D2 will be equals to 5n plus 4 upon 9n plus 6. तो इसकी वैल्यू तो मिल जाएगी. एंड फॉर दिस आई नीड n. n तो यहां से मिल जाएगा. सो यहां से n के वैल्यू क्या हुआ? n-1 इज इक्वल टू 34. Therefore n equals to 35. Simple. Substitute here. So I'll get T18 upon T18 dash will be equals to 5 into 35 plus 4 upon 9 into 35 plus 6. Come on guys, your calculations are much faster than mine. So क्या आंसर है इसका? नो वन. इसको मूड नहीं है कैलकुलेट करने का? सो गए क्या सब लोग? Okay, let's see who we have. We have many people today. Yesterday there were only 2 or 3, right? So yeah, there are many people. So let me again introduce myself. My name is Keval Parmar, as you can see, and I am professor of mathematics. So we'll be studying mathematics, or you'll be studying mathematics with me throughout your 11th and 12th standard. So that's why I'm saying ki please communicate. You can make the lecture very interesting for you and me both. I do not like lecture where I keep on saying and you listen and get bored. So yeah, we got the answer. 179 upon 321. We have a very good answer. 179. What was it? 179 upon 321. Super. So Rashmi always gives the answer. That means that let's all get these sums. Give me a thumbs up if it is all clear, guys. Super. Chalo. Very good. Let's move on to the next question. Again, a good question. I'll let you think about it for a while. It is given the sum of what? Q terms. I really want that means. Correct? What they are saying is the sum of first P terms, that is SP, is equal to SQ for an AB. Now I am assuming the first term of an AP be A and the common difference be D. That means we cannot leave answer in terms of A and D. So what will be P by 2 into 2A plus P minus 1 into D will be equals to Q by 2 into 2A plus Q minus 1 into D. Here by 2 and by 2 will get cancelled. Yeah, about the discussion we had, the last question, always remember in the questions of AP, हम लोग किसके लिए लड़ रहे हैं? We are fighting for getting the values of A and D. Because every time I get A and D, every time I can find anything of any AP. So here, after seeing this equation, your mind or you should think कि हाँ मुझे ये equation में से A and D चाहिए. So let's separate A and D first and then get a relation between A and D. So to separate A and D, I'll multiply this. So I'll get 2AP plus P into P minus 1 into D is equals to 2AQ plus Q into Q minus 1 into D. What we said, A और P पे नजर रखो. Let us group A's together and P's together. So ये रहे दो A's. So if I take it on one side, I'll get 2AP minus 2aq और p को d को दूसरी साइड भेज दो, so I'll get q square minus q into d minus p square minus p square minus p into d. I can take 2a common, I'll get p minus q. Use, and here I can take d common, right? So if I take d common, I'll get q square minus q minus p plus minus p square plus p. Now on the right hand side, see, I can factorize the right hand side. मैं क्या करता हूं, I'll group q square minus p square plus p minus q. So what I can write, q square minus p square minus common ले लेता हूं, तो p square minus q square बन जाएगा. So I'll get p minus q into p plus q plus p minus q into d. Now I can take p minus q common. So on the left hand side I have 2a p minus q. Right hand side से भी I can take p minus q common. If I take p minus q common, I'll get 1 minus p plus q into d. I can cancel out p minus q and I'll get the relation between a and d, which is 2a is equals to 1 minus p plus q into d. Let's mark it as equation number 1. So we are aiming for a and d. जैसे मैंने बोला, for getting values of a and d, we need two equations. Why? Because दो वेरिएबल है ना, एक है a, एक है d. But question के हिसाब से we only have been given one equation. एक equation दे तो I cannot solve this and get values of a and d. So in such cases, we have to use our logic or some mathematical manipulation. So let's see the sum of first p plus q term. So they want us to find s of p plus q. So s of p plus q will be p plus q by 2 into 2a plus p plus q minus 1 into d. Now, as you can see here, ये जो equation number 1 है ना, we can modify it. See, if I take minus common on the right hand side, 2a will be equals to minus common ले लिया, क्या मिलेगा पता है? p plus q minus 1 into d. And you can see here, p plus q minus 1, p plus q minus 1. So I can substitute equation 1 here. If I substitute it here, I'll get p plus q upon 2 into 2a. इसकी जगह पे क्या लिख सकता हूं मैं? Minus 2a. Minus तो चले गया ना? So 2a minus 2a will be 0. That means I'll get s p plus q is 0. So this is my answer. Correct? So what is the sum of first p plus q terms? It is 0. Did you got it? Give me a thumbs up if it's all clear. Then we'll move on to the next question. Okay, super. Chalo, let's move on to the next question. I think we do not need to do this, do we? This is in terms of 3n square plus 5n. So मैं वापस डिराइव नहीं कर रहा हूँ. I'll directly write it. ये रहा ना? इधर गया? हाँ. What is Sn? A minus d by 2 plus d by 2. So Sn is basically a minus d by 2. n square था क्या यहाँ पे? n था. n plus d by 2 into n square. Compare it. So n square वाले के साथ तो d by 2 equals to 3 implies d equals to 6. Next is a minus d by 2 is equals to 5. D की जगह पे 6 रखो तो I'll get a minus 3 is equals to 5. So I'll get a is equals to 8. Got it? See, I was telling AP में हमेशा पहले वो लोग क्या देंगे, a और d फाइंड करने के लिए देंगे. And once we get a and d हम लोग कुछ भी फाइंड कर सकते हैं. So that's what I'm again right. So mth term चाहिए. No, they have given mth term. So they have given Tm is 164. So what is Tm? A plus m minus 1 into d is 164. Let's substitute the values. 8 plus m minus 1 into 6 equals to 164. So what is m minus 1 into 6? M minus 1 into 6 will be equals to 156, right? So m minus 1 will be 156 upon 6. 26, I guess. So m is equals to 27. Correct? So m का value मिल गया. If you observe the questions closely, anything, कौन सा भी problem रहे दो, whether it's NCERT or JEE, they will always be giving first to find A and D, and if also then does not give, we should always make it a habit कि पहले A और D निकालो. If we cannot directly get A and D as in previous sum, then get a relation or equation in terms of A and D as we got it here. Correct? Let's see the next question. The difference between any two consecutive interior angles. Okay, let me give you time to read it. यहाँ पे एक पॉलीगॉन का अच्छा प्रॉपर्टी यूज होगा. Got it? So find the number of sides of polygon. So let the number of sides of the polygon be n. Correct? So what they have given is the difference between any two consecutive interior angles of a polygon is 5 degrees. Smallest angle is 120. So this is a very good written or word problem where they have not given directly कि मेरा AP क्या है. Now let's see if I can make an AP. Smallest angle क्या दिया? 120 degrees. Correct? और दो कंसेक्यूटिव इंटीरियर एंगल के बीच का डिफरेंस क्या है? 5. So I can make it an AP as 125, 130 and so on. कहां तक जाएगा मुझे पता नहीं है. That depends on number of sides of the polygon. इसके लिए I did not write the n terms. Did you get it? How I formed this AP? If yes, give me a thumbs up. Super. So n-sided polygon है ना. So n-sided polygon में ये सब अच्छा. I think you must know the formula. If we have n-sided for polygon, then sum of all interior angles. Let me write it all the way. Sum of all interior angles of n-sided polygon is equals to n minus 2 into 180 degrees. I think you should remember or you should know this formula. Basically, we teach this when we teach trigonometry. तभी वो radians and वो सब सिखाते हैं ना तभी. So here we already have n minus 2 into 180. And what they are saying, the angles are in AP and this is the AP. So let us write the AP ka sum as n by 2 into 2A means 240 plus n minus 1 into D, which is 5. So you can see we are going to get a quadratic equation, correct? So let's simplify this. ये 2 को मैं क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई कर दूंगा और n को अंदर. So I'll get 240n plus n into 5n minus 5 is equals to n minus 2 into 360. What I'll get? 240n plus 5n square minus 5n is equals to 360n minus 720. So let's take everything on the left hand side. So I'll get a quadratic 5n square 360 को उधर तो -120 -5. So I think -125n plus 720 is equals to 0. You can check I didn't made a calculation mistake. Please, I can divide by 5. So n square minus 25n plus 144 equals to 0. Now again, it's time for you to tell me the factors. 12 12 is 144. What are the factors, guys? 69, right? मैंने ही बता दिया है कितना स्लो है तुम लोग, वेरी स्लो. तो n स्क्वायर -69 minus 9n plus 144 equals to 0. So what I'll get is n minus 16 minus 9. N minus 16 is equal to 0. That means n minus 16 into n minus 9 equals to 0. So n की कितनी वैल्यूज आई? 2. We have to accept both the values because there is no reason to reject anyone, right? So the polygon can be a 9-sided polygon or a 16-sided polygon. Do you know we have a name for 16-sided, or sorry, 9-sided polygon? जैसे 4-sided को स्क्वायर बोलते हैं, 5-sided को इसे पेंटागन, 6-sided को हेक्सागन, तुम लोग का बेंजीन जैसा, 7-sided को इसे सेप्टागन, 8-sided को octagon. What do we say 9-sided को? Do anyone of you all know? 9-sided nanogon. अच्छा, right. Very good. Nanogon. Super. So did you understand this? Give me a thumbs up. We'll see the next question. Very good. Chalo. Okay, sorry. Question's over. Let's see the summary. You can see summary में वही है जो introduction मतलब starting में सीखा हम लोग ने. I'll give you 2 minutes to read it. फटाफट read कर लो. And then we'll move on to the next topic, which is GP. What's the time? Oh, we only have some 5 minutes or so. Fine. We'll just wrap it up quickly today. Reddit जब फॉर्मूला सेम ही सब है ना, कुछ नया दिखा क्या यहाँ पे? नहीं ना? Okay. So you can try these questions from your NCERT and workbook. I hope you have one piece workbook. Got it? So let's see GP. We'll quickly see GP, geometric progression. Now, what are we going to study in GP? Same as we studied in AP. What is G, geometric sequence, and geometric progression? I hope you remember sequence or series के बीच का difference. Then the general term TN, SN, and then we have infinite GP here. AP में नहीं था ना? So this is an extra thing. Let's see what is geometric progression. So as you can see here, क्या है यहाँ पे? We saw the example, right? Yesterday जो लोग आए थे, they must remember the example. What? कि every month we double the number of questions we do of mathematics. Suppose January में हम लोग ने 2 किए, February में कितने करेंगे? 4, March में 8, April में 16 and so on. So this forms a GP. Similarly, see this also forms a GP. Why? Because 2 को 2 से मल्टीप्लाई किया तो 4 मिलेगा into 2. We basically are doubling. यहाँ पे क्या कर रहे हैं? We are multiplying by -1/3. Multiplying -1/3. Correct? So when we write this in terms of addition, 2 plus 4 plus 8 plus 16 and so on. So in such cases, what we get? We basically get a geometric progression. This is the geometric sequence, comma wala, and this is the geometric progression. Now, what is the special notable feature of geometric progression? That ratio of 2 consecutive terms is always constant. That's why we have a common ratio. एपी में क्या था, कंसेक्यूटिव नंबर्स का डिफरेंस इज सेम, दैट्स व्हाई वी हैड कॉमन डिफरेंस. यहाँ पे रेशियो सेम, दैट्स व्हाई वी हैव कॉमन रेशियो. सो वी इंट्रोड्यूस जीपी हियर. आई थिंक विल स्टॉप हियर and continue in the next class, which is the day after tomorrow, that is Thursday. Correct? तुम लोग भी you can now leave the class. I think what lecture do you have after this? Oh, अच्छा. 16-sided polygon is called hexadecagon. Yeah, right. 16 मतलब 6 आया तो hexa और 10 आया तो deca. So that's why hexadecagon. Very good. You know all this. Super. So हाँ, कल तो तुम लोगों को छुट्टी रहेगा, right? Tomorrow, Wednesday. So we'll meet on Thursday. We'll continue with GP. And yeah, what is you? Do you have next lecture from 5 to 6, or but this was your last lecture? Physics. Okay, 5 to 6 you have physics. Super. We have time, 2-3 minutes we have. So those who are the first lecturers, you can give me your introduction. Which JNV are you from? Yesterday, I know Bhavna, yeah, because they came yesterday, and Santosh. So yeah, JNV Haveri. Okay. What are everyone else? I am JNV Kurnul. Okay. JNV Haveri. Super. Very good. Very good. So basically, you are all from Hyderabad sides. I am Jhansi Rani. Okay. ठीक है. See you all on Thursday. Bye bye. Take care, everyone. Tata.